Hi, it's Sean, the Fluency Awesomeizer. This is Decoding Multi-Syllabic Words, episode 101. I've got 3 words I'm going to look at today, plus there's a reading challenge at the end. I challenge you to read out loud. So let's get started. I want you to read these words right out loud. What's this first one? How about this? And the third word. All right, were any of those tricky to read? Keep watching. I'm going to show you some information and some strategies you might want to recall next time you get stuck on words like those when you're reading independently. First, a reminder of the fable, The Tortoise and the Hare, and the moral, slow and steady wins the race, which is great advice when you're reading and you come along a big unfamiliar word. Like, well, I'll use unfamiliar as an example. You can think of these words as races. There is a finish line, and if you read like the hare, you might want to get to that finish line first, and you'll zip through a big word like this. That's where mistakes can happen, but if you read like the tortoise, and you take it slow and steady when you come to unfamiliar words like this, that patience is definitely going to improve your ability to decode them. Something to keep in mind. Let's practice. All right, the first word I showed you. Sometimes it's a good idea to start down at the finish line, breaking a big word up apart with your fingers, because the tricky part, I think, in this word is down towards the end. That looks like louse, because OU typically is making an ow sound. And there's cull. Well, it could be cull. It's definitely a hard C sound, cuh making a K sound, because it's followed by U. So is that cull louse? Sounds a little odd. Metic, metical, meticalouse. I don't think that's a word. This is the word meticulous. It's tricky to read. It's an adjective, and one of the parts that's tricky is the U here, the meticulous. That U says you. And I like to remember that sometimes when you says you say meticulous. It's just something to remember about the letter U. Maybe that'll help you sometimes when you're stuck on a U sounds like U word like this. The origin of that word is meticulosus, the Latin word, and that's where the U that sounds like U comes from. It's a Latin thing. So know that about the letter U. Sometimes they can say U. And meticulosus in Latin means timid, like a turtle hiding in its shell, or full of fear. And see this part, meticulosus, leave the US off. That's the English kept that part of the Latin word, and they took the OS, they scooched that S over and added a U to get OUS at the end, right? And so here's the word meticulous in English. That means showing great attention to detail. Yeah, showing great attention to detail. Yeah. Oh, there's an M, and there's a U down at the end. And speaking of meticulous, this O, you don't hear the O in meticulous, right? Might make you want to spell it with just an us, but there is an O, so we need to know about this Latin root, U-L-O-U-S. Doesn't come around very often, but some familiar words are fabulous and ridiculous and meticulous. All right, I think we all know this is the word medical. It's an adjective, but it's got a good origin story. Comes from Latin as well, medicus. Medicus in Latin basically means doctor, right? So that's why maybe in the movies or certainly in the military, when you shout medic, somebody needs a doctor. Medic. So medic is a noun, it's a person, and you add the suffix al to turn it into an adjective. It has to do with doctors, medical. Now we need to know about this al suffix. It's easily confused with le. A lot of words end with just le, like miracle, for example. All right, that's a French thing, the le ending. But miracle, that rule might make you think medical is spelled with an le, but it's not. You have to remember that sometimes there's a root, medic, and al suffix. All right, the last word I showed you. Again, I'm going to go down to the finish line for this one. Look at this. U-O-U, a vowel trio. What do you do with that? Well, there's the O-U-S we were just talking about. So I'm familiar with the fact that you don't hear the O. It's just us. And there's flu, like the flu bug. So that could be fluus, strange as that looks. There's mel, and melif, the double L there is going to be melif, short vowel sounds. There is an I. Notice that eyes are so skinny, they disappear. Believe me, I've heard a lot of readers in my life, and that I can disappear, so pay attention to those eyes. This is the word mellifluous. It's an adjective. It's a fun word to use. It's tricky to read for sure. The origin of that word is also in Latin, mellifluus, mellifluus. The melid part of this Latin word means honey. Yeah, kind of neat. And flus has to do with to flow. So mellifluus in Latin literally means to flow like honey. The root of that is a Latin word fluere, and that's the word to flow, right? And the flu part, that's the root of fluency. Yeah, where the words flow like honey. That makes sense to me. Fluency awesomizer. So fluency is all about speaking smoothly, speaking the language smoothly, and reading the language smoothly. And that's what I'm here to do, right? Trying to help readers out there read English more smoothly. The fluency awesomizer. So mellifluus, the Latin word, became the English word mellifluous. But the English took the US there, scooched it over, and added an O, making it really confusing to read and spell. So mellifluous in English now means flowing sweetly. So mellifluous is a word used to describe music because that means flowing sweetly, like music. Mellifluous also means pleasing, like a voice can be pleasing. I'm trying to be mellifluous right now as I narrate this video. And mellifluous also means sweet as honey, so it could describe sweet things like candy and honey. The thing to remember about mellifluous is you don't hear the O, so there's a Latin root you need to know and remember and recall. It doesn't come around very often, but U-O-U-S, there is an O, you don't hear it though. You hear U-S. And some familiar words are strenuous, like exercise, and continuous, like round and round and round and round and round. And mellifluous. All right. Get ready to read. Here's the passage I told you about. I challenge you to read this out loud. And I want you to get ready to press pause to give yourself plenty of time because it's kind of long, and definitely read it out loud to whoever you're there with. Ready? What does this say? Press pause. All right, that's it for today. Subscribe to my YouTube channel or follow me on Facebook for more decoding videos like this one. Tell a friend, a family member, or a teacher about me too. Spread the good word. And my Facebook page there is a photo album full of reading challenges I've written to help you continue practice decoding those big words and to awesomize your fluency. All right, I hope you enjoyed the video and found it helpful and mellifluous as well. Come back and see me soon. Bye.